Hello, my name is Tony, and today we're going to look at another horrible case with you. At the age of 19, Jodi Sanderholm exemplified the qualities of a diligent and ambitious young woman. She skillfully managed the demands of her family, relationship, education, and extracurricular activities with remarkable ease. Having graduated as the valedictorian from Arkansas City High School, Jodi embarked on her academic journey at Cowley College, pursuing a pre-pharmacy major. Additionally, she played an integral role as a member of the esteemed dance team at the college. Jodi's exceptional abilities were not limited to her academic pursuits. She was recognized as a Kansas State Scholar and held positions as an instructor at both Ark City Dance and Universal Dance Association. However, tragedy struck Jodi's life following the conclusion of the holiday season in 2006. On the fateful morning of January 5, 2007, Jodi set out on her usual journey to college for dance practice. Little did she know that this seemingly ordinary day would quickly become shrouded in mystery and despair. Her practice ended at 10:45 a.m., but there was an eerie silence in the air because no one had seen or heard Jodi since she left the college. Cindy, Jodi's mother, was fully aware of her daughter's post-practice routine. Jodi would retrieve the mail, eat her lunch, and take a refreshing shower, as if on cue. However, on this particular day, the routine was disrupted, and Cindy felt an unsettling unease in her heart. Cindy and Jodi's sister, Jennifer, desperately tried to contact Jodi, but their calls went unanswered. Jennifer, on the verge of bringing new life into the world, knew Jodi would never ignore her calls, especially at such a critical moment. The suspense hung heavy in the air as the minutes turned into hours, then into an agonizing eternity. The absence of Jodi gnawed at their souls, filling them with dread. What could have happened on that fateful journey from college to her home? The mind raced with endless possibilities, each one more sinister than the last. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the world, the weight of uncertainty became unbearable. The once familiar walls of their home seemed to close in on them, suffocating them with unanswered questions. Where was Jodi? What had happened to her on that ominous day? Cindy explained that she had a bad gut feeling and left work early. When she arrived home, Jodi's car was gone, and there was no mail on the counter. Cindy and Brian, Jodi's father, contacted her friends. However, no one had seen her since she left dance practice. They also discovered that Jodi had failed to attend a meeting scheduled for noon. Cindy and Brian called Arkansas City Police around 6 p.m. to report their missing daughter. Chief Sean Wallace and Lieutenant Mark McCaslin went to speak with Jodi's parents. They learned that Jodi had a boyfriend named David. They contacted David, who had been visiting his brother in Dallas, Texas. He promised to return to Arkansas City as soon as possible. The police also spoke with Jodi's dance partners. They asked whether they had noticed anyone suspicious trying to hang out with Jodi or at the college. They did notice that there was a man named Justin Thurber who was watching them in the parking lot. Justin, who was 23, worked at a local sandwich shop and had prior arrests for petty theft and other non-violent offenses. On the evening of January 5th, police went to speak with Justin. Justin told the cops that he was picked up by his father that day near Cowley County State Lake. He explained that he had been on a road trip with 3 friends when his car became stuck in the mud. He claimed he parted ways with his friends after his car became stuck. The police had no luck finding Jodi or her black stratus. Jodi's father, Brian, contacted several local Kansas news stations to spread the word about his daughter's disappearance. On January 6, 2007, Special Agent David Falletti from the Kansas Bureau of Investigation, KBI, joined the investigation. Special Agent Falletti spoke with David, who was genuinely upset about Jodi's disappearance. He said he hadn't spoken with her since January 4th. David's phone and bank records were searched. He was eliminated, and he had been in Dallas, as he claimed. After David turned out to be innocent, they dug deeper into Justin Thurber's background. They learned from his ex-girlfriend that he enjoyed spending time in the Call Wildlife Area, which covers 4,300 acres of rugged terrain. She even went on a car ride with one of the detectives, pointing out a boat dock that Justin used to frequent. She informed the police that Justin had stated that if he killed someone and dumped their body in the area, it would not be found. Then the police spoke with Justin's 3 friends, whom he claimed to have been with. The friends claimed to have spent no time with Justin that day. They were all eliminated because one had an appointment, one was working, and one was in Texas. The police were aware that Jodi was last seen outside the college auditorium on January 5 at 10 a.m. They obtained surveillance footage from the school and were searching for Justin's blue Cadillac. On January 5, Jodi's black Stratus was seen leaving the school, followed by a blue Cadillac. The police also discovered that Justin had visited the college several times in a row in the days preceding January 5. Justin was apprehended by police because he was out on bond at the time for a petty theft charge. He was arrested while returning home from a bingo game with his mother and sister. The police arrived at Justin's parents' house with a search warrant. Justin's father informed them that when they arrived home, he had put his clothes in the laundry and washed his muddy tennis shoes. Then the authorities seized Justin's muddy shoes, clothing, cell phone, and blue Cadillac. On January 7, 2007, police went out to search the Call Wildlife area. Justin denied any involvement in Jodi's disappearance, claiming he hadn't seen her on January 5. The police found no evidence on Justin's shoes, clothes, or in his car. Across the street from the Sanderholm house, there appeared to be a shoe print that matched Justin's tennis shoes. The same shoe prints were discovered at the wildlife area and near the state line, about a quarter mile from the boat dock. John and Ron Cannon joined the search. They worked as firefighters and then became search and rescue trackers in their spare time. The trackers followed the prints and discovered a second set of smaller shoe prints from flip-flops. The police found over 50 shoe prints from Justin but only 4 from Jodi. The Cannons were driving home after a long day of searching when they came across a rest stop. They discovered dirt transfer along the path leading up to the area. They entered the bathroom and discovered mail belonging to the Sanderholms, a flip-flop, and Jodi's Tigerette's jacket. They asked the police to come and search the area. The other toilets and septic tank were searched. Jodi's wallet, dance shoes, and floor mats believed to be from Jodi's car were also found. On January 8, 2007, Tim Miller and Texas EquuSearch were called to assist. The police thought Jodi's car was somewhere in the lake. Steve Koch from the KBI Crime Lab was also contacted to investigate the shoe prints. He cast the shoe prints from the wildlife path and across the street from Jodi's house. Steve Koch was able to determine that the shoe prints matched Justin's tennis shoes. The casts in Justin's shoes shared the same herringbone pattern and horizontal lines. On January 9, 2007, the trackers observed a disturbed area off the path. They saw a woodpile with a hand sticking out from underneath it. The victim was naked and had been beaten. The body was covered with sticks. The police believed it was Jodi and that she had been sexually assaulted. Later, the dental records proved that it was Jodi. Jodi had been strangled, and blunt force trauma was a contributing factor. Jodi had been hit hard enough to damage an artery in her neck. The medical examiner also determined that Jodi had been sexually assaulted. The Texas EquuSearch team located Jodi's car in the lake. It was confirmed by her license plate. The car had been in the lake for 4 days. The pressure from the water had forced the sunroof to open. The police were concerned that the water would have washed away all the evidence. However, they were wrong. Inside, the police discovered an arm hair belonging to Justin. Justin's DNA was also discovered under Jodi's fingernails. And that's not all. Justin's cell phone records put him in the area of the state lake and Call Wildlife area. It is believed that he followed Jodi home. He then abducted Jodi while she was getting the mail. He then forced her into her car, and they drove to the wildlife area. And Justin tortured and killed Jodi, then disposed of her car and personal belongings. Justin was charged with capital murder, attempted rape, aggravated criminal sodomy, and aggravated kidnapping. Justin's trial was repeatedly delayed, but it finally began on February 2, 2009. The Sanderholms wanted Justin to face the death penalty. More than 60 witnesses testified about the mountain of evidence against Justin. The trial lasted 7 days, but the jury deliberated for only 3.5 hours. Justin Eugene Thurber was found guilty of aggravated kidnapping, capital murder, sodomy, and rape in 2009, and the judge sentenced him to death based on jury recommendations. On July 1, 2008, Jodi's law came into effect in the state of Kansas, granting law enforcement authorities the power to intervene at an earlier stage in cases involving stalking. This legislation serves as a crucial tool in combating the menace of stalking and ensuring the safety of potential victims. The case of Justin's conviction is currently under scrutiny. While his attorneys argued in 2017 that he had a developmental disability, prosecutors have countered by asserting that he successfully completed high school and even pursued higher education. As the final decision is pending, Justin, who was 38 years old at the time, remains incarcerated at the highly secure El Dorado Correctional Facility in Butler County, Kansas. In 2018, the Supreme Court decided to postpone Justin's sentence, indicating a potential reevaluation of his legal situation. Furthermore, the Supreme Court has granted approval for post-conviction DNA testing, which is currently underway. Rest assured, I will diligently monitor any updates regarding this matter and promptly inform you of any significant developments. On final thoughts, Jodi deserved to continue dancing, complete college, find work, marry, and so on. Justin believed that he had the right to watch and stalk the dance team while on campus. I believe it was only a matter of time before his crimes escalated to this level, which they did. At least Justin is rotting in his cell with no contact with anyone. It would be greatly appreciated if you could take a moment to leave your valuable insights and opinions on this case in the comments section below. Tony was with you, and thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel and don't forget to click the bell to stay up to date on the biggest stories from around the world. I'll see you soon. Take care.